product in New York at the reunion. By the way, let me just be clear. Meredith's my girl. I mean, I like Meredith and I like Lisa the best if I had to pick two. So let me just throw that out there. Of course, I go with the New York energy, but girl, just because you like to take baths and get to the vacation house early and get in a bath doesn't mean you own baths. By the way, this is really, is anyone else having flashbacks to this? Is to me so Wendy, the professor, Wendy Osefo, and Miss Wendy Osefo and the Grand Dame with the 3 wick versus the 2 wick or the 1 wick. And by the way, to be clear, in that fight or whatever, the Grand Dame all day, every day. Period, period, period. That is just the end of it. But doesn't it remind you of that? So again, we have this great scene and we are fighting over bath bombs and jewelry, but really bath bombs. And okay, Meredith announced the bath bomb in New York, but Whitney is just like, what? What? Do you guys see how excited I am about this? Um, but it's true, Whitney's just like, girl, I mean, I had jewelry and then I had bath bombs. Like, what are you talking about? Meredith's like, well, I think you're copying me so she's upset. I mean, is this real? And yes, we did do this last season. I love it. I love this fight. This is like Heather Dubrow fighting over the bow on a cake. I love it. Um, I love it. So I love this. I love that this is a real fight. Even Mary chimes in and is like, what the fuck? They're fighting over bats. Mary then lets us know that she is really skeeved out by baths and she doesn't want a yeast infection. I have to be honest with you. You know, now I live in different places. I don't got a single bathtub in one of them. I completely agree with you, Mary. In theory, first of all, I even when I had bathtubs, I don't, who has time? I mean, I know we're supposed to make time and life is short and we're all going to pass one day and we have to just appreciate who I've never been the one. I think I've taken like 3 baths in my adult life. Second of all, in theory, of course, I love a bath. I would love to sit in a bath all day. I would love to not work all day. But then the reality comes and you're like, I'd rather just do another show now than take a bath. Third of all, I hate a bathtub shower. I hate it. It's just my pet peeve. I I love just a nice shower, like a nice high-end shower. I hate, look, if you're gonna have a bathtub, and I understand, this sounds so first world problems of me. I get it. I'm just saying, I like a nice bathtub. Like if you have a nice, gorgeous freestanding tub, oh, that's gorgeous. But, well, like where the whole bedroom is a bathroom, love that, of course. But like where there's no walls and you just walk through the closet and there the bathroom is. I love that. But I hate that bathtub shower where it's like it's not low, it's not high, it's like in the middle and you have to step into the shower, to the bathtub. I know that's a shower bathtub that many people in the world have. I get it. I've had them before, but I don't now, and I haven't for a long time, and I actually hate them. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I hate baths. So I get you, Mary. I think they are disgusting. And every time I have taken a bath, I take a shower as soon as I'm done. So what the fuck is the point of that? So I get you. Lost in the weeds, David. Lost in the weeds. Then they're fighting over what Meredith carried in her store. Let's face it, Meredith is smiling ear to ear. She's as happy as can be. She loves this. She loves that it's a mention of Meredith Mark's jewelry in the store and blah, 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 blah. What is going on with the Meredith store? We haven't heard anything about that in a long time. God, I really went on a tangent there with my baths, didn't I? Well, as Whitney and Meredith are having this conversation and they're trying to work it out, and Meredith is in it. Meredith is actually in it. She's listening. And she's engaged. Then Angie comes over and even before the scroll comes out, Meredith is just like she's like Mary 2.0. When you're beneath her or she's not interested of she can't. So like with Whitney, to me, it's like she was trying to work it out. Um, but with Angie, when she came over, she was like, "What the fuck do you want?" Like she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit about Angie. She's not trying to work it out. Couldn't. She was annoyed. Does everyone realize she was annoyed? That she was even standing there. So there's that. Now, of course, Angie has planned this. Yeah, of course. They've all come to this planning it, but it still comes off as somewhat authentic, right? But I mean, girlfriend, and I don't even know. I get it. She's something about the house, and I have to tell you, I wasn't even listening. To like the details. And but I love that she pulled out this scroll. I love that she pulled out this scroll. And we all have, I mean, you guys are all talking about the scroll online, you know. Uh, so there's that. Yes, as Mary said, she went to a store, she bought it, she wrote on it, girlfriend is prepared. But you got to admit, bringing a prop, I mean, we're all talking about it, right? So there's that. And I don't really understand exactly all these things that she did to her, but apparently she did all these things. I also love then that Whitney, so that was like a highlight for me for Mary with the fashion and walking away and being like, what the hell are you talking about? And who is this? Is great. But I love the scroll. Whitney is bonding with Bronwyn. Whitney is bonding with Bronwyn about the fact that they're both married to older guys. I also love that Bronwyn's like, my stepson is older than me. I'm like, oh my God. Then she says she wasn't pretty enough. To be a trophy wife. So that's not really nice. But she says, "Hey, I really love this guy and I'm with him." And by the way, was 38 to like 65. So it's like 25. Okay, well, that's less than Erica Jane. Um, you know. I love it. I love that they're bonding over this, and Whitney and Justin seem to be on, good terms. Kind of like everything seems to be fine. We see later in the season. Did you see later in the season where Justin is fighting with Lisa and is like, don't call my wife a liar. And then how does John Barlow get stuck in all these strange situations where people are like mad at Lisa and like yelling at him and yelling at each other about Lisa, and he's just standing there. But I think it's great when that happens. Meredith, again, does not want to engage with Angie at all in any way, shape, or form. We sit down. Mary lets us know that if you eat meat, you're not going to digest it.